Great start to the series, winning the first three games. Kind of what have you seen over the last three games that this team is putting it all together to a certain degree here early in the season?
Yeah, a little bit of everything. You know, there's a lot of resiliency with this group. You know, yesterday was a good sign of that. Those guys being quiet for the majority of the game, and then that eighth and ninth inning being able to come up with some big hits and come back with that win right there. You know, I wasn't sure what we were going to get today with the first morning game with the quick turnover from last night, but you know they came out firing in that first inning, and Weathers was on top of his game. And you know, when we have that type of pitching performance and our offense kind of clicking like that, you know, good things can happen.
What was it about Weathers that you saw in the first game and now here in the second game that's impressed you and has allowed him to have the success that he's had?
He just attacks hitters. You know, he's very confident in all the pitches that he throws. You know, he can throw them all for strikes when he wants to. You know, he was going after these guys, which we want all our pitchers doing. You know, but to put his pedigree and to put his talent behind all that, you know, it's a good package. And you know, we want to see him finish strong and be able to go deep in ball games like he did today. And you know, we want to keep him rolling as long as we can.
How nice was it to see this team break out offensively? I know when it's cold and in a day game, it's not necessarily the easiest time to swing the bats. But what was it like to see this team, you know, put up double-digit runs here?
Yeah, it's always encouraging to have a young team like this, especially early in the season when it's cold, to be able to produce runs like that. It keeps us optimistic that when it gets warm, you know, we'll be able to do a lot of special things out there. You know, but it just a tribute to their preparation and the way they go out, like after their business before the game. We didn't have much going before today's game, but they came out ready to go. I think they had a few Red Bulls and coffee in their blood going, which is fine with me as long as they can get out there and perform like they should.
What went into your decision to leave Ryan out there in the sixth inning when he got into a little bit of trouble?
You know, he competed the whole way, you know, and I know the competitor that he is, and to have those runs be his on the base path right there. You know, we were going back and forth about taking him out, but I figured if it was me out there, I'd want to stay. You know, I just wanted to make sure his head was where it needed to be. You know, I don't think he was anticipating me leaving him out there, but sometimes you have to do that to prove to other people that you can do those type of outings. So.
When you went out there, it looked like he was ready to hand you the ball. What was your message to him when you got out to the mound?
I just simply asked him, I said, "Are you good?" And he says, "Yeah, I'm good." And I said, "I want you to finish this inning." And he said, "Okay." And I just walked away pretty much. Yeah.
How encouraging is it to kind of set the tone at home and to play so well in these first 4 or 5 games at the ballpark?
Yeah. Anytime you can, you know, come out like we are right now, you know, I've been on both sides of the spectrum in terms of last year and now this year. But you just want these guys to play quality baseball. And I know the group that I have here is, you know, it's a very savvy, you know, baseball intelligent group, you know, with Tucupita and X and these guys, you know, and it's a good group of guys that work together on and off the field. And, you know, they like to have a good time when they're playing together, and it's all clicking right now, so it's fun to watch.
What is it that's impressed you about Xavier? Because he seems to do something every single game. There seems to be something positive that he does that impacts the outcome.
Yeah, his talent is one of a kind. You know, like you have guys like that can impact a game with their legs and the bat and things like that. You want to get them on base as much as possible, and that's what he's been doing. You know, he doesn't have all the pop in the world, but he finds ways to draw walks. He sees a lot of pitches. He's a threat on the base paths. Like, he can do a lot of special things, and I think when we get him and like Tuku going, you know, those guys behind him start to fire, and you know it provides us with a lot of weapons in that lineup.
Is there a player that you've had here in Fort Wayne that reminds you of X or X reminds you of?
Not off the top of my head. You know, like, to be that savvy at that young of an age, you know, like him and Tuku at the top of the lineup, like, you don't realize they're only 18 or 19 years old, and you know, the way they play, the way their instincts work, you know, it's pretty fun to watch at that young of an age. I know I definitely wasn't that savvy when it came to the intelligent part of the game, but you know, to have those guys go out there and listen to them talk and the way they strategize, you know, they're a special group, and that's why the Padres rank them so high in prospects.
Augustine, I think, is hitting over 400 right now. What's he meant to the middle of your lineup, and you know, just talk about how solid he's been.
Yeah, he's you know, hitability is one of his strong suits, and he you know, he puts a lot of work in his swing. He's getting bigger and stronger from when I first saw him when he entered the Padres. You know, and he's a good kid where he likes to stay in here and fine tune his swing, you know, and to add like the strength and the maturity behind that, you start to reap the benefits out on the field. And you know, he takes a lot of quality swings, and the more quality swings you take, you know, your odds of getting hits and putting good barrel on the baseball are high, and he's getting some good results right now.